Hey, how you doing? So quick update here on the ProMax 610 before we get into the good juicy news. So she is basically waiting on parts. I decided to get some parts to make the saw a little spicier, I guess you can say. So if anything, it'll look cooler. But anyway, I gotta wait on some parts to show up. It's gonna be a long wait though, because the parts are coming from halfway across the world. They said like 4 weeks or more, 4 to 6 weeks. 20 something was the date of August that it's expected to arrive. So, I decided, to go ahead and go for it. Why not, Now I did decide to do a little JB Weld work to the saw. I'm going to clean up the intake just a little, take care of some of the unevenness, smooth it out good. And then after that's done, then I'll set my timing. Now, because I'm doing that, I am going to probably change the timing number from what I originally decided. So it'll probably go a little bit further. Now, I might do some work to the Super XL Auto in the meantime, and, maybe work at getting that one step closer to finished. So now let's get into the juicy news. I did decide that I am going to attend SawFest. I talked to Eric, or I should say I sent Eric an email, and just informed him that I do plan on attending, and I plan on taking 3 saws to enter in the competitions. Do I expect these saws to win? Probably not. Mainly because I've never competed, so, it's probably going to be me that causes the saws to lose just as much as anything. Now, I am going to run 2 of my Homelite builds. Now, me entering a vintage saw and entering it in a competition against modern saws is probably not going to turn out the greatest for me. But hey, if we don't come in last, then I think that's an achievement. If we can get into at least the middle of the field, I'll be pretty dang happy. And I really don't think I'll be top 10 or even close. But hey, we'll see what happens. It'll be kind of cool to see how these saws are stacking up against some modern ones, I'm just kind of curious to see what happens, Now, I am taking 1 modern saw though. So I am taking 2 Homelites. One's 58cc. That's the 130 that you saw me build. So you have not seen that saw at its full potential yet. Neither have I. So we're gonna have to work at getting that saw finished up and taken to its full potential to see how well it runs and get it ready. I gotta do some work to it. I'm pretty certain it developed an air leak, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna swap out the carburetor, go a little bigger, and I have to change out the muffler. So the rules of the contest are that you're not allowed a muffler, and after whatever, you're not allowed to build your own muffler and put on the saw. Now, technically, I guess that would be, it is a factory muffler, but I don't think it'd be fair. So I'm going to put on a regular style muffler, modify it, and just run that. I don't want to, you know what I mean? A stack muffler is almost a factory competition style muffler. I mean, there is nothing to slow the saw down. So, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and just take a regular muffler on it, get it modded, and see how she does. Now, I'm going to do the same thing to the Homelite Super XL 925 as well. It's going to run in the competition as well. I'm going to have to pull the stack muffler off of it and put on a modified factory muffler. I'll probably lose some performance. It'll definitely be quieter and might sound a bit different. It won't sound as cool, I guess. But for fairness, that's what we're going to do. Now with the 925, the last time you saw it cut, it was on skip tooth chain. Well, I can tell you I've ran the saw twice since then, and it does appear as though the saw is still building more power. So basically, for a couple of cutting sessions there, skip tooth was perfect. Well, now that the saw has built more power, the skip tooth is not aggressive enough. So I'm going to have to take the saw back to full house. I was certain the saw was completely broken and ready to roll, but apparently not. It still has some breaking in to do, and it's at a point now that it's going to have to go back to full house. By running it on skip tooth, it just wants to over rev too much, and it's almost uncontrollable. So I'm just going to have to take it back to full house. Even if it's not as torquey as it could be, you know, we'll go with it. But being that the saw is able to pull more RPM on less torque and everything, it might come to my advantage at the competition, because he announced that he plans on running poplar. So being that I'm cutting poplar, it's going to be a pretty easy cut, unless it's a big piece of poplar, which, you know, if I put a 20-inch full house chain on it, I mean, it should run. It should run pretty good. I don't think I'll need to run a 24-inch bar, so I'm going to put a 20-inch bar on it, full house, full chisel, and get it sharpened up my way as aggressive as I can, and, you know, and still have it cut with as many RPMs as possible. And I'm going to work at setting all of my saws up as aggressive as I can on the chain, but without losing RPM, you know what I mean? I got some chain work to do here, as well as the muffler work. But that's what you're going to see coming here. We're going to be off and on building these 2 saws, and then I'm going to be working on getting those 3 saws set up for the competition. The third saw that I'm taking, so I decided to enter the 50cc class as well. I could have built a home light to run, but I decided I'm going to run the Briscoe built 4910. You know, why not? Those 2 home lights are the main 2 I really wanted to run, but since I'm going to be there anyway, why not enter in the 50cc class as well? So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to run the 4910, and I'm going to change the setup of it though. I am going to put a different chain on it, and I think I'm going to take it up to an 8-pin sprocket. You'll see here in an upcoming video, probably the next video after this one actually. I took it out to cut with, and the saw just has so much torque, the chain just, it's not aggressive enough for the saw. So I'm going to work at taking it to an 8-pin and changing the chain out to a full chisel. Right now it's the factory semi-chisel chain that comes with the saw, and I definitely got to get a little more aggressive with the chain in order to eat up some of that torque. The saw is just tremendous. It has so much torque behind it that I got to get the chain tweaked for the saw, you know what I mean? Otherwise it 4-strokes a lot. So we're going to work at getting that done. We should pick up some speed in the cut too. So by taking it to an 8-pin and a full chisel chain, should pick up some speed in the cut as well. So we'll see how the Briscoe built 4910 runs as well. I'm sure there's going to be some other Briscoe built 4910s there that we'll be competing against. So it'll be, you know, probably chain versus chain or person versus person, you know, kind of more of that kind of a race. So, you know, we'll have to make sure we get a good, well dialed in chain for the competition. I got to order that chain yet. I got to get the 8-pin sprocket ordered and the chain ordered. So I'll have to make sure I get on that soon. But anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy this little announcement that we're going to go ahead and attend SawFest. I look forward to it, and I hope to meet some new people and enjoy it, you know. So I never competed in a race before, so it will be my first time. And as it being my first time, I don't expect to come in, you know, doing great. It's going to be a learning experience more than anything. And not just that though, it'll be kind of cool to meet some cool people out there, you know what I mean? Maybe somebody will enjoy seeing the old home lights run against some of their modern saws. You know, they'll get a laugh out of it, I think. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I'm obviously not doing it to win. I'm doing it because this is what I enjoy doing, you know? And why not? So I thought you guys would enjoy this little announcement that we are going to attend SawFest. There's going to be several others out there. Bellhopper said he's planning on attending, and Iron Horse both said they're planning on attending. I know Charles Briscoe's planning on attending. Indiana Doug's going to be there. I mean, there's going to be a lot of cool people at this event. But there's going to be another person who is going to come along with me that it's going to be his first time at something like this. So, got a little guest coming with me. A little guest. Cody is going to come along with me, my oldest. So it should be a cool father-son trip, you know? It'll be his first time at an event or anything of this sort. So I think it should be quite entertaining. I'll probably have to have Cody be the cameraman while I'm competing though. So yeah, you'll probably have to see Cody be my little camera operator. Otherwise, I have my GoPro. So it's actually sitting right here. If you've never seen this, it's a cool little setup, you know, GoPro setup. And I can do this and, you know, you get to see everything I'm doing. Cool little setup for GoPro. I have not used this thing in a very long time. I needed to replace the memory card, which I did find a replacement memory card. It's sitting here. So I got a new memory card for it, but I'm having issues with batteries not wanting to charge. So I might have to look at buying some new batteries for it. And I can tell you the batteries don't last very long. They only last a few minutes. So you gotta have a lot of batteries. I have like a charger with multiple batteries. It takes multiple batteries. So you know, you take one out, throw the next one back, throw the old one in, and then go to the next one. You just keep rotating to go through your batteries. But we'll see. I got to get batteries set up for the GoPro, and hopefully I don't forget it. Now, I do plan on arriving that Friday. I don't know what time Friday, so it depends. So if I get to take off work that day, I should arrive anywhere between like 12 and 3-ish on Friday. So I'll get to chill with the guys a little bit who show up early. If I don't get to take off work, that means I won't be leaving here until like 4 p.m. So I'll basically be heading straight out and just going straight to a hotel or something to spend the night. I thought I'd give you this little update and tell you what we're getting ready to do here, because you're going to see me working on some chain a bit and figuring out what setups I'm going to run. So I'm planning on running the shortest bar I can on all the saws and setting up that way. So I'm thinking the Briscoe, whatever the bar is on that one, it's like 14 or 16, I think. We'll keep that bar on it, get it switched to a 8-pin, full house, full chisel chain. The 130, probably run a 16-inch bar on it, full house, full chisel chain. And the 925, I'll probably run a 20-inch bar, full house, full chisel. And hopefully the wood is small enough for those bars. I'd imagine though. I will probably take a 24 or a 28-inch setup for the 925 just in case they decide to have a big wood contest. Then I can put it in some big wood or something like that. But, you know, we're going to be starting to set ourselves up to do a little racing. Can't forget my chaps. Chaps are required at the SawFest event, as well as safety glasses and earplugs. It's a good decision on their part. You know, it's important to be safe. So now, if any of you are curious about the event and would like to look into it, it is on Facebook. They have a SawFest page, and there's a gentleman called Eric Knoll. He made a YouTube video talking about the rules. So if you're interested in attending, make sure you check out his video. He posted it on YouTube. But as far as anything else, I did send Eric the official notice that I would like to attend, and we are moving on to the next steps to get ready for the little contest. Now, if you're wondering, I do not have a Wild Thing to enter in the Wild Thing competition. I don't have one here. I don't plan on getting one to build one. You know, I'm going to be spending my time tweaking these saws. So if we attend in the future and they do another build off, like a Wild Thing build off or something, then hey, you know, we can maybe do it in the future. This is kind of a last minute decision for me, and you know, I wasn't really planning for this. I just kind of out of a whim decided, you know what, let's just do it. So, hey, hopefully we'll catch you there, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.